I found a disturbing tape that my wife and her ex-husband filmed on their wedding night. My name is Jose, and I've been married to Kelly for 6 years. We met in 2014 at the Mexico City International Airport, where she caught my eye as we waited for the same late-night flight to London. She looked like she'd been crying, and when she noticed my pilot's epaulets, she forced a smile and asked, "Are you flying somewhere far, far away?" Something about her captivated me. She was stunning, but there was also something deeply sad about her. I listened as she told me she was cutting her honeymoon short. Her husband, Michael, wasn't who she thought he was. He was a liar, an abuser. And then she said something strange, something that stuck with me for years. He emptied me. I wish I had walked away that night, but I couldn't. We kept in touch, meeting up whenever I was in London. She was too scared to go home to Cambridge, fearing Michael would be waiting. Eventually, our connection deepened, and by the time we became a couple, I had already decided I was moving to England. I got a job at Heathrow, and in 2017 we bought a house together. A year later, we got married. Yesterday morning, while cleaning out a storage cupboard, I found something I was never meant to see. Kelly's usual mess came spilling out, and among the junk, an old camcorder tumbled onto the floor. I was curious. Kelly never mentioned owning one. I charged it, rewound the tape inside, and hit play. The date, September 10th, 2014, a week before we met. I recognized the hotel room before I recognized my wife. She stepped into view, dressed in wedding lingerie. That's when I realized what I was watching. I should have turned it off. I wasn't watching out of jealousy or perversion. Something about the room felt wrong. The cream-colored walls seemed unnatural. And as I stared at them, a sharp pain built behind my eyes, like something was forcing me to look for something just out of view. Then Kelly spoke. "Get rid of that camera," she said softly, beckoning her husband forward. Michael's breathing wasn't normal. It was heavy, hungry. "We need to preserve this moment," he told her. And then he stopped breathing entirely. Kelly's smile vanished. She wasn't scared of Michael, she was scared of something else in the room. Then he did something horrifying. Michael shoved his hand down Kelly's throat. She gasped, eyes bulging as he pushed deeper, past his elbow, up to his shoulder. And when he finally pulled his arm back out, he was holding something. A head. A human head, covered in a slick, translucent film. And I recognized it. It was Kelly. I watched in silent horror as my wife gave birth to herself. A second Kelly emerged from her gaping mouth, peeling away the old one like a discarded skin. The original Kelly shriveled into nothing but an empty shell, while the new one sat trembling in Michael's arms. Then, just before the footage cut out, a shadow moved along the wall. Tall, wrong, almost human. I don't know how long I sat there after the tape ended, but when I finally looked up I realized Kelly had come home, but I hadn't heard her enter. She was standing in the doorway, watching me, expressionless. She lifted the camera bag. "Why would you want to hold on to this?" she asked. I tried to speak, but then she looked at the empty corner of the kitchen, just like Michael had. Her lips parted, and she whispered, "If I must." I ran. I don't know where I'm going. I've been driving for over a day, sleeping in my car at rest stops, but something found me. I woke to the sound of static. Not from a TV, not from a recording, from the world around me. And when I looked outside, I saw a parked truck. The side of it rippled, just like the wall in the hotel room. Something inside was trying to get out. I don't know what to do. I think I was never supposed to see that tape. And now, something wants to empty me too.